Celebs Radio Network presents Fireside Chat with Larry and Paul.
No, really? Oh, not licking batteries?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, that's like, did you ever do that with the 9-volt batteries when you were a kid and you go, if you did that with that, you would die.
Really? Interesting. That's a battery from the camera that we just used to record the latest broken news. Welcome to this, Larry and Paul's Fireside Chat. We're so sorry. It's been over a week since we last spoke to you, haven't we? It's been a very busy time for us.
We're sorry for it's a week since our last confession.
We forgive you for we have sinned.
Anus anal domination.
Anus horribilis. Horrible arsehole.
I thought you were touching me then, but there is a dog down here.
There's a dog. It's not me touching you. I've not my finger, no hands.
With a very wet nose.
This is what you get for being a lovely monthly supporter, or FLAP, friend of Larry and Paul. So we thank you very much for this. This is where we sort of fill you in behind the scenes of what we've been up to. Busy time in Maison Larry et Paul.
Oh God, so busy. We've talked a million times about the corporate project. We won't bore you, but it's exciting in some ways. We're learning a lot.
Do you want to see a bit of drone footage that I took?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was you on a recce.
That was me on what they call in the biz as a recce, which I believe is short for the word Reykjavik, which of course the capital of Iceland, which invented going away and looking at things.
Okay, indeed. So we've been doing that.
Yes.
Which has been good. We've been learning an awful lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing a bit of casting.
Bit of casting. So we're trying to treat this as like a real thing. So I've got like a casting director, a director of photography. I've got a call in a second with a script supervisor, first AD, all these things. I don't know what they are, but we're going to. That's what we're doing.
That dog has farted.
Yeah, this is Peggy the dog. Hopefully she'll come up and say hello at some point.
Yeah.
She does exist. It wasn't me, by the way.
No, it's definitely a dog fart that,
Dog
absolutely
fart.
overwhelming.
Yeah,
gets into the back of your throat, like tickles your ovula.
Your ovaries.
It tickles
Tickles
my
his ovaries.
Really tickles my ovaries.
Wants to give birth to a dog. Getting broody. What else have we been doing? Oh, I'll tell you what we've been doing. Oh, I had a sort of a funny week last week because obviously I had a day off because you were at the Leeds International Festival of Ideas.
That was my
job. You met famous people.
I interviewed Niall Rogers for half an hour.
Niall Rogers, friend of the show, Niall Rogers.
Tim Spector I met.
Friend of the show, Tim Spector.
Carol Vorderman.
Friend of the actual friend of the show, Carol Vorderman.
Carol Vorderman. For a moment there, I was going to go on stage with Carol Vorderman at this major festival and interview her for 90 minutes about misogyny and online abuse that women suffer. It was supposed to be Self-Esteem, the very, very popular singer. And an artist, I suppose, and she was stuck on the trains.
I couldn't think of any better, more appropriate replacement to talk about misogyny that women face online than Hairy Bear Larry Budd.
I did have a whole thing ready to go out to the audience say, I'm aware of the irony of it being a man now hosting this, but Self-Esteem is stuck on a train.
Do you think you would have been booed?
Yes, I think I might have been.
You could have met a hostile crowd. How many were in the crowd?
750.
Whoa! Exclusively or mainly female?
Mainly female, not exclusively.
No, men not allowed.
Lots of progressive men.
We're the most discriminated group, aren't we now? Middle class white men.
Trying to be a white man in this country, you get locked up, don't you? For
saying this is England, say you're England, you get locked up, don't you? God save the Queen.
Anyway, that was up until it was 7:30. Then it was pushed back till 8. At 8 o'clock, I'm at the side of the stage, and I'm saying
ready to go on.
And I'm saying to the festival manager, am I going on?
Oh, no.
And he's saying to me, I think Self-Esteem's about here.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, yeah, but is she here ready to go on?
You must have been like, am I going on now or not? Because you've got to mentally prepare yourself to go on stage in front of like the best part of 1,000 people. And you're there going, am I going on? Am I about to be booed?
Yeah. So
imagine if you'd have gone on. Were you worried that people might have just been like, whoa, what's going on?
Well, I think I knew Self-Esteem was probably no more than kind of half an hour away. So I thought if me and Carol could get through half an hour, Carol and I could get through half an hour, then I would bring on Self-Esteem, and there would be a huge roar.
She'd bring you off.
She'd bring me right off.
She'd bring you off stage.
Yeah. Anyway, it was all fine, but I still got to interview Carol for a filmed interview, but not in front of the thousands of people.
I can tell you why I was sad. So on the Friday was the recce, of course, sort of Reykjavik, at the coast that we went to, that you saw the frottage of. And then I was meant to go to my friend's, which I did, my friend's 50th birthday party. And then I was meant to join you, and this is what I was promised, you and Carol Vorderman and Self-Esteem for a drink at a local Leeds bar. Did that happen? That was the only thing. That was the only thing getting me through that very long day.
Yeah.
Did it happen?
No, it didn't happen.
Why?
It's not my fault. Carol, bless her, dear friend.
Dear friend.
She has been working herself basically into the ground. And she said this publicly, so this isn't breaking any confidences. She was in hospital a couple of weeks ago with like total burnout and exhaustion. And so she has decided that she needs to just rein it in a little bit. So after the show, she went all the way back to Bristol.
Did she drive?
Someone drove her, obviously.
Of course. Yeah, shame though, she didn't think of this guy's feelings.
She didn't, and I'm going to tell her.
And you should tell her that.
I'm going to tell her.
You've got a WhatsApp, haven't you? You've got a number.
Oh, I've been WhatsApping her quite a bit, actually, yeah.
What are you? In fact, you put a little photo, which you'll see now, and which you claimed on X that that's the new double act, and I was sacked.
You are sacked. This is what this is about.
This is my sacking. This is why you made me dress up. So this is like a formal
intervention.
No, it's a formal
sacking.
Formal sacking.
Well, I'd say it's a final written warning.
They wouldn't have it.
Your reaction has been bad, so it's a final sacking.
Them out there wouldn't have it.
Final sacking warning.
Lot, tell him. Email hello@LarryandPaul. Tell him. #Justice for Paul.
I've got something that you might want to email hello@LarryandPaul for. If you're a flap and you're anywhere near the city of Leeds,
yes,
we are on the 8th of November, which is a Friday night.
Friday the 8th of November.
Belgrave Music Hall
at the Belgrave Music Hall.
Which is more than a music hall, it's an event space, you get pizzas, drinks,
It's quite a cool place.
Yeah, it's quite a cool place.
We're doing a special talk.
We're in conversation with Lisa Holdsworth,
who's
the
excellent,
eminent TV writer who's also from Leeds,
yeah,
talking to us about Broken Newses.
And our career in general.
Our career.
Or lack thereof.
That's what this is. Okay, I don't know if anybody had noticed.
This is a career that we're doing.
It's a career.
So we thought, if you are a flap, a friend of Larry and Paul, because tickets cost money, but if you're a friend of Larry and Paul, a monthly subscriber, then why don't you email hello@larryandpaul.com, and if you want to come, we will put you on our special flap guest list, and you will pay approximately, definitely, absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
If you want to, don't have to.
You'll pay absolutely penis.
You'll pay absolutely nothing. You don't have to be from Leeds or Yorkshire. If you're a flap and if you want to travel, you absolutely can.
Feel free.
Yeah.
And also, I was going to say this about it. It's the 8th of November. So if you do want to come, make sure you can come, because it's run by the Royal Television Society.
It's like a proper thing.
It's a proper thing. And they are saying, yeah, you can put your flaps on the guest list, but they better turn up. So otherwise we look like dickheads.
Yeah, so please, if you want to, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to see you.
If you want to and you can.
hello@larryandpaul.com. Do we need to terms and conditions and stuff? We can't
just do that really fast thing they do at the end of car adverts.
One ticket per flap. So you can't be flaps plus one, or can it be flaps plus one?
Probably could be a flap
plus
one.
Well, just email hello@larryandpaul.com, and if you want to come and can't, we'll sort something out. Yeah. Just email us if you want to come.
Can you do terms and conditions though, like at the end of a car advert?
Terms and conditions apply. Yeah, I have to do this quite a lot, but it's really hard. Terms and conditions apply. APR may vary. I need the script in front of me to do it. But I have mastered that.
That is important. APR may vary.
APR may vary.
Yeah, the ticket is 0, but the APR may vary.
APR may vary.
Yeah. I met Nile Rodgers.
All right, it's more Larry news. Yeah.
There you go.
Paul, nothing for this guy.
There you go. He was absolutely seething about that.
I was actually not annoyed. I was actually a bit jealous about that.
Because I sat with Nile Rodgers and I sat back and I said,
like pearls before swine.
Said, Mr. Rodgers, what kind of music do you do?
Oh, stop it! You didn't, did you?
No.
Oh, fucking hell!
It was great.
Like pearls before swine. You didn't need to do that. That should have been me. Yeah. His autobiography, by the way, is excellent. I've read it and it's very good, very interesting.
I haven't. I didn't know who he was. Yeah. Of course,
it's like me going, Rufus Wainwright. What's the deal with you?
What kind of music do you do? What's your dad up to these days?
Yeah. What is his dad up to these days?
Still singing?
Yeah, but I would. Yeah. Thing is, though, I know a bit about Rufus Wainwright, so I know he's got a dad, so that wouldn't work. It'd be like, Rufus Wainwright, why are you so gay?
Why would that be appropriate?
No, it would be appropriate. But think
Nile Rodgers,
hang on.
tell me about the heroin. That's the
Tell me all about the skag. No, because what would happen is, I'd say that. So why are you so gay? And then you'd watch the interview and you'd be like, I can't believe you asked that question.
Yeah.
Which I would do if you went, so Nile Rodgers, tell me all about the horse.
I love that I'm Irish in this
Absolutely.
scenario.
I'll tell you who I met. You met Nile Rodgers.
Yeah.
I was dead.
Oh.
I met up with comedy alumnus? Peers.
Contemporaries.
Rosie Holt, Matt Green, and the Exploding Heads I met up with. And Brendan, who's Rosie's producer in the Non-Censored podcast. I bumped into them at the Exploding Heads thing at Leicester Square. Basically, last week, I was recalled to London for an audition for Trivago. And it's fair to say that I absolutely, in industry parlance, totally fucked up the audition. I was terrible. It was a terrible audition. So I thought, okay.
Should we reenact it?
No, please don't. It's really...
Paul, thanks for coming in your own time.
Yeah, I forgot basically the character was American, and it was so from the first. And I was doing the audition with two other female actresses, if you want to, and they were sort of like professional, and they sort of totally dressed the part. So they were sort of like hotel concierge receptionist types, and I just basically hadn't. Like, there was another guy who came in a full suit because I was meant to be an arsehole businessman. I just came in a t-shirt, and then I did.
In a t-shirt.
I did the whole thing, and then the casting director was like, "Okay. So the character is American." I was like, "Oh no!" And then for the rest of the audition, I had that in my head, and so I totally messed it up. So I stayed down in London. I messaged Mark from the Exploding Heads and said, "Are you around for a beer?" Then I realised, after a little bit of Googling, that they were putting on a show. Their live tour was in the Leicester Square Theatre. Yeah. So I thought, "Whoa, let's make a day of it. Let's not make it a totally wasted trip." So I went to go and see them, bumped into Rosie Holt and everyone, photo evidence, and had a lovely gay old time.
Very nice. Lovely.
So I met them.
Nice. AOB, yes. There was something else to mention. Shit. What was it? It's
broken news?
It's literally
We're dressed like this because we've just done broken news.
Yeah, broken news.
This week's broken news was really, so out of practice. Have I got news for you?
Yes, we did that this week.
We did that this week. That's on Friday.
Tomorrow night.
If you're a UK person, Friday night, it's going out live. Yeah. Oh, I think did that just make a sound then?
Did it?
Yeah. Was that the AOB or was there more AOB?
No, there was another AOB and I've totally forgotten it.
Hang on, let me try and jog your memory. Was it related to online comedy stuff?
Don't think so.
Was it related to our boring corporate project?
No, don't think so.
Was it related to meeting famous people like Carol Vorderman?
No, don't think so.
No ideas.
I don't think so. I was going to tell the Flaps something and I've forgotten it.
Was it something Larry and Paul based? I have no idea.
I've ruined it. Sorry, I've ruined everything.
Let's talk about something else and then it will come in as we say goodbye.
I would love to, but do you want to continue by yourself? I have to go to take my daughter to her acting lesson.
Acting lesson. Tell her there's no hope. You'll just mess up all her auditions in London. She'll forget to do the accent.
Oh, we're back in London for her again in January.
For what?
For another acting masterclass.
Pushy parent alert.
It is a little bit, isn't it? Well, it's not. It's not like I've paid thousands of pounds for her to be in one of the Yorkshire Film and TV Academy.
Is that really thousands of pounds?
Really expensive.
Acting is a spenny business, man. It's a spenny old business.
I'll buy a Dummy's Guide to Acting. She can have that. And
some lessons from Weird Uncle Paul.
And Save the Cat or whatever.
That's some old lessons from Weird Uncle Paul. I'm very cheap.
Well, actually, she does know actors, doesn't she? And Nick offered that he would give us some lessons. I think that's a really good idea.
What about Weird Uncle Paul? I mean, I could offer some cut price lessons. Really good. She
I
know everything that I know about the industry.
It'd be great if Nick does that because he's been in Emmerdale for a long time and knows the ropes. When's your Hyundai advert out? That's what I was going to ask you.
Was that the AOB?
I think so, yeah.
I have a Hyundai advert out in November.
Yes, look out for it.
It might be in cinemas.
Demand that it's in cinemas.
If you see it, so it's a Hyundai advert for the car. Hyundai, email hello@larryandpaul.com just so you've seen it.
And also go online and say, who's that guy in that advert? He's brilliant.
He's hot, put me more stuff.
I'll get more cash. Yeah. Right, okay, I've got to go. I've got to run.
Right, tickets, if you want to come, RTS Yorkshire, Belgrave Music Hall, Friday the 8th of November, hello@larryandpaul.com. Let us know.
New Broken News out tomorrow morning. Make sure you share it, please.
We love you lots. Thank you so much for being monthly subscribers. And Flaps, we love you lots. Bye.
Bye. Bye.